So I'm very pleased to be here on My Magical Thing with Jonathan Harris, writer, ritualist, and also, of course, known as the money burning guy. So, John, it's lovely to have you here.
Oh, thanks very much, Julian. It's lovely to be here. An honour and a privilege indeed to be in such luminous company. I feel like a fraud and imposter, to be honest.
No, mate. No, mate. I've been at rituals with you. I know how good you are about this whole thing and how powerful the practice is. So, Jonathan, may we see your magical thing, please?
You may indeed, sir. All hail the staff.
All hail the staff.
Yeah, so I don't know if thing is an appropriate word to describe the magical object, because I am the thing to it. No, I can't say it. Sorry, I'm a thing. So this is part of what I do with it. Is I said it again. So I try and use the language around the staff, all hail the staff, which does get annoying because I always have to say all hail the staff after I mention the staff.
Sorry.
So what I'll do is at the end we'll work out how many staff times we've mentioned the staff, and of course, it being the source of forgiveness in the world, we can talk about it as it and not feel too stressed about it. So I do actually. It's funny actually, as my relationship with the staff has developed, I do genuinely feel bad about referring to it as it, or a stick, which is blasphemy. It's been quite a thing to mention. So I mean, do you want me to give you a quick rundown on?
Tell us the story.
Okay. So it's how it came into its corporeal being. I don't know where it came from. So it starts off as a bit of a mystery. I think the dog dragged it into the house. I think that's how it happened, but we don't know where it was picked up from. I mean, so with my ex-wife, she's got a little terrier. So the size of this and the size of a terrier, I mean, you'd notice the dog would have it, But yeah, so it's a bit of a mystery. So anyway, I ended up taking it on holiday to me putting it in the boot of my car and taking it to Wales. And I kind of had a moment where I was looking across Cardigan Bay, and you can see Snowdon just in the distance if the weather conditions are right. And I just had this impulse that what I started calling then the staff had to go to the top of Snowdon. That was my impulse. But of course, now when I talk about it, I say that I put Snowdon underneath the staff. So again, I kind of I play with that idea. I mean, John Higgs has an idea of the omphalos, which is kind of like related to it. But of course, I put the whole planet, everything, it sort of is subjugated to the staff. And I try and work it that way. So basically, so that was 2013. So over the next 3 years, from 2014, 2015, 2016, I went on pilgrimages. I took my kids with me, and we placed the mountains of Britain beneath the staff. So, of course, they were like, "You're just weird, Dad." You know what I mean? They were just like, "What are we doing?" So, of course, we would then refer to it as the staff and ourselves as followers of the staff. We did these things, and it was just great, climbing the mountains with the kids and stuff like that. There was a sense of humor about it, and I hope I've still got that sense of humor, because it's become a very special thing. I mean, the question I pose myself is, what happens when you venerate an object? And of course, when you venerate an object, you get a venerated object. That's how it happens. So anyway. So I don't know if your viewers know. So I run what's called Church of Burn, where we do mass money burning rituals, and the staff is present. Church of the Burn happens around the staff, so the staff is the divine object of the burn. So I have the lovely experience for me was in 2019. So we've been doing these things since 2016. So we're doing one each year. We did last one when we did 3 of them in 2021, but in 2019, my kids came. Both my kids came for the first time, and I walked onto the stage and I told this. Sorry, it's in the round. It's a perfect ritual. I'll give a little plug to the Cockpit Theatre. It is the perfect ritual space because it's London's only purpose-built theatre in the round. So it's just an amazing space. That it's so lucky to do ritual there. And anyway, so I started off. We had a very special guest that year as well, David Graeber, who, if your viewers know who he is, he's a very famous anthropologist who wrote one of the most important books about money in the last 50, 100 years or whatever. And the staff was centre stage, of course, which is exactly where it should be. So at the very beginning of the piece, luckily we sold out that year, so we had a full audience. My kids were sitting there. So at the very beginning of it, I plucked up enough confidence and I said, okay, now I'm going to do something, and I'm not going to tell you what to do, but I need you to do the thing you're supposed to do when this happens. So I pulled the staff out of it because it has its own rock that was built for it that it's inserted into. So it has, it's got accessories. I pulled it up and I just thrust it into the air like that, like I do. And people just said, all the whole audience just went, "All hail the staff." And we did this 3 times, which we do. And it just filled me with such joy because my kids were there and they've been on this journey from their dad picking up a stick from the dog, taking up mountains and then getting involved in these magical sacrificial rituals. And now we've got a whole audience venerating this stick, which is now the staff. So it's been a complete joy for me, and now I wouldn't, it's just very, very precious to me. I started off with the idea of it. So basically what I did is I started off, I was into the idea of doing things without any meaning, without any purpose. And so I followed all the wormholes down it. And just carved it out and rubbed it down. I don't know how many hours I spent doing this, probably 1,000 hours or something. And I started off with the idea, I thought, I'll learn how to carve properly and I'll ingrain it with pictures of Snowden and stuff like that. Of course, I never did. It's got a bit of gold in there, which my father-in-law bought me. But yeah, I started off with all sorts of ideas of patterning it and just doing sort of crazy work on it. But I don't know. I'm quite happy with it being so plain. And the amazing thing is that when I've taken the staff out, people have said, "Oh my God, that's beautiful," because everyone's, and it's it was just a stick. But obviously now it's my most precious thing. Yeah. So yeah, I guess that's it. That's the story of the staff.
That's amazing, my friend. Well, look, Jonathan Harris, thank you so much for providing us the backstory of that awesome magical thing. And of course, we have to say at this point, all hail the staff.
All hail the staff. Thank you very much, Julian. It's been a total pleasure, sir.
Nice one, my friend. All right, I'll see you soon.
Take care.
Cheers. Bye-bye.